Okay, so our last transformation is rotation. And a rotation turns a figure around a fixed point. That means it doesn't move. It's called the center of rotation. In 8th grade, our center of rotation is going to be the origin. What do you remember about the origin?
It's
0,
0,
0, 0.
It's origin.
Okay? And then we're going to rotate in increments of 90 degrees. So we start at the origin in the center, we rotate. Okay? When we're rotating in 2 different directions. If you look at that first circle, what direction is that going?
It's counterclockwise. Or clockwise.
It's going clockwise. Okay, think about a clock. It's going in order of the clock. On the other side, it's going
Counterclockwise.
backwards, like 3, 2. It's counter. So you do need to know the difference. Counterclockwise. So those are the 2 directions we move, and then we move in increments of 90. So for this first example, this is my starting point. This is where I started. What quadrant am I in? 1. Okay. Is this circle going clockwise or counter?
Clockwise.
Follow the direction. It's clockwise. So when I move 1 quadrant, it's 90 degrees. What quadrant am I in now?
4.
4. If I move another, how many times did I move total?
180.
1, 2 turns, which is,
180 degrees.
and what quadrant am I in?
3.
Ready? Okay. So 1 turn is 90, 2 turns is 180. What do y'all think 3 turns is?
360. We know 200. 270.
270. Good. And that's quadrant 2. Okay. So every time you move a quadrant, it's a 90 degree add-on. 90 degrees, 180, 270.
Wait, which one's the bottom of 2? Yeah, what number is that?
270.
No, like that one.
3.
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody good? All right. So now we want to look at actual rotations. So shade the new one. Which one's new?
The A prime.
The A prime. So that means this is my starting. Okay. So if I'm going from regular to prime and I'm going clockwise, how many turns does it take?
1.
1. 1 turn is
90 degrees.
90 degrees clockwise. If I needed to go backwards for some reason,
Negative 90.
1, 2, 3. Very good. 270. Does everybody see how the circle is going backwards? That's why it was 270 because I'm counting up to where it goes. On the second one, which quadrant is the new shape in?
1.
1. But where's my starting?
4.
Okay, if I needed to go clockwise, how far is it going?
90 degrees.
1,
Oh, wait, never mind. Oh,
180.
oh yeah.
2,
270.
270.
3. It takes 3 turns, so it's
270.
270. Okay. If I'm going counterclockwise, I'm going backwards. I start here. It only takes me 1 turn, and 1 turn
90.
is 90 degrees. Yes,
Do you always have to put that small circle as degrees on top?
degrees, yeah. Okay, on number 3, which quadrant is the new shape in?
1.
1. Now, do you notice how these are diagonal? Okay, if I'm going clockwise, I'm going 2 places. If I'm going counterclockwise, I'm going 2 places. Yes, ma'am. Did you need me?
That was my phone.
Oh, Aubrey just came to get it.
Oh, she got it?
Yes.
Oh,
I was like, she just had it. Yeah. 180. So when they're diagonal, it's 180 both ways. Everybody okay? All right, number 4. My new shape is in quadrant 2. Okay, if I'm going clockwise, 1,
90.
2. Huh?
Oh wait, I did it from the YouTube. From the
1, 2, 3. 270. And then if I'm going backwards, just one turn, which is 90. Number 5, which quadrant is my new?
1. I mean 3.
1. My starting is in, what do you notice about these?
One is the diagonal both.
They're diagonal, so they're both
180 degrees.
180. Everyone's all right? Okay, last one. Which quadrant is the new?
1.
1. Where's my start?
3.
2. So if I'm going forward, how many turns? 1, which is 90. If I'm going backwards, 1, 2, 3, which is. So you need to know the direction and you need to know the numbers. Is that hard? No. Okay? There's not really any need for a calculator for this because you're just moving. Alright? Now on the back, we are going to use this patty paper that you picked up when you came in to rotate because it's easier to see when you see something that can help you rotate. Okay? So this paper that you have, put it over the shape and we are going to trace. If you will trace the X and Y axis and then trace most of the X axis. You don't have to trace it all, but trace most of it. Okay? And then I want you to trace the triangle. You need to do it kind of dark so it's easier to see. So trace the triangle. And you're also going to trace the shape. So that when you pull it over to the side, you have the same picture drawn. Okay? You gotta draw kind of thick for pencils. So trace, you want to be able to see the axis. You don't have to do the whole thing, but get the axis and the triangle. Everybody got it drawn? Make sure you draw your shape, your letters too. Everybody got it? Okay, now we're going to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. So am I going to quadrant 2 or quadrant 4?
Quadrant 4.
Clockwise, I'm going to quadrant 4. So I'm going to literally just turn my paper 90 degrees. And I want to make my X and Y line up. And now you see where your new shape should be. Elijah, you got it done? So now that we rotated, I can see that this is going to go from 2 to 6. So here I'm going to go from 2 to 6. I can also see that this line should be right here on 4 and 7. That right there. Then I'm going to trace it. And then I'm going to look at my paper and know that that's CBA. So you're rotating it and you're giving the new labels. All right. So I want to know the points for A prime now.
1, -2.
1, -2. Does everybody agree?
Yep.
1, negative 2. Okay? What are the points for B prime?
7.
And 1,
Wait, 1.
1,
Oh wait, 1 and negative 6.
1 and negative 6. C prime, 7,
4.
and negative 4. Everybody okay with those points? How we got those points?
Yeah, you switched them.
So,
Oh,
when they turned, Samantha said you switched them. What do you mean?
like you, for example, you know how that says 2, comma 1, right?
Uh-huh.
And then when you switch it, but you also add a negative to the y.
So, in your own words, Samantha said it. X and Y changed places. It was 2, 1, now it's 1, 2. It was 6, 1, now it's 1, 6. And then now all of a sudden there's a negative. Which sign became negative before it flipped?
Y.
X was positive, and now X is
Oh wait.
negative.
Oh.
So, Y is the opposite. So change the sign, then switch X and Y. So Y was 1. Sorry, is it Y? Oh, dang it, I was listening to Archie. It's X, right? Yeah. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, X. My bad. So X was 2, and now it's what? Negative 2. It was 6, now it's negative 6. So our algebra is negative Y. Oh my gosh, positive Y. I'm getting them mixed up.
Positive Y, negative.
Positive Y, negative X. Because the Y was 1, it stayed 1. 1 stayed 1, 7 stayed 1.
Always build it.
But the X just changed sign. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Let's go back to our original shape. Okay? Now I want to translate it 180, rotate it 180. So how many turns is that?
2.
1, 2. Okay? Now what do you notice?
It's upside down.
It's the same shape, it's just upside down.
Oh.
So again, note that you're going from 2 to 6. Trace that. That point is at 4, 7 at that point. And connect them. That is C. A. Alright, so now I need to find the points. What are the points for A prime?
Negative 2, negative 1. Oh, wait.
2, negative 1.
It's not
What are the points for B prime?
Negative 6, negative
Negative
1.
one.
Good. Negative 6, negative 1. What are the points for C
-4,
prime?
-7.
Negative 4, negative 7. Okay? Now look at your original and your prime. What do you notice?
They flipped.
They switch places?
No, they just changed a different sign.
Yes. X
Yeah.
and Y change signs. Let's just get S, sorry. X and Y change signs. So if it's a negative, it becomes a positive. If it's a positive, it becomes a negative. So they just change signs. Okay? Everybody good?
Algebraic.
Oh, sorry.
It's X, Y. X, Y, and it goes to negative X, negative Y.
Yep. Negative X, negative Y. So the numbers stay the same, the order stays the same, they just switched signs. Negative, positive. Everybody good? Alright, let's do this last one. So rotate it one more time. So now it's over here to quadrant 2. And again, look to see where you're supposed to be. 2 and 6. Everybody got them traced?
Yes.
Okay. So now what are the points for A prime?
-1, 2.
-1, +2. Okay, B prime.
-1, 7.
-1,
-7.
6.
6.
And then C prime is
-7, 4.
-7, 4.
-7, 4. Okay? If you look at A and A prime, B and B prime, C and C prime, what happened?
They kinda, okay.
Negative yx.
Okay, X and Y trade.
And then the X.
So X and Y trade places.
Oh, wait.
And then the 2 is still positive. So what happened to the 1?
Became a negative.
So which one changed?
Y.
The Y. So the Y changed signs. So now my XY,
Negative yx.
-YX. Good, Chris. Oops. -YX. Okay? There's not a lot of math to this. This is just something you have to memorize. I have a Quizlet with the rules for you. We're going to play Quizlet live on Wednesday. You're not going to test on this until after Christmas break, and then we'll review it all. But those are the rules. What's the easy one?
Oh, yeah, the one that 180.
The 180. That's the easy one because they're literally just changing signs. Okay?
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
How long is our break?
2 weeks. Okay, let's look at number 8.
That's really good.
So on number 8, did X and Y change places?
Yes.
Yes. So X and Y changed places. Which one of them changed signs?
The X.
X originally.
Yeah. So X changed signs. So when X changes signs, which one of these is it?
The
When
first
X
one.
changes the sign, it's,
The first one.
which is what?
90 clockwise, 70.
90 clockwise. The opposite of 90 clockwise is 270 counterclockwise. All right, if we look at the second one, what happens? Do X and Y stay the same or change? They change. Do the numbers stay the same?
Okay.
No.
My X was negative, it's still negative. My Y was positive, and now it's
Negative.
negative. So Y changed signs, which means it's what?
270 and 90 clockwise.
270 clockwise and 90 counterclockwise. All right, the final one. Did they change places?
Yes.
It's 6-1. It's 6-1. Did they change places?
No.
No, but what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Both what?
Both changed.
Both changed signs. When they change signs, what is that?
Just
180.
wait, what? Oh, yeah.
And again, when it's 180, it doesn't matter which direction. It's clockwise and counterclockwise. Everybody good? Okay, last thing. Did the rotations preserve? What does it mean to preserve something?
Change. I mean, yeah. They stay the same.
Yeah. Preserve means to keep. So does it keep or change the orientation? What does orientation mean?
The way it's facing.
Yeah, the order, the direction. So if you look up here at the top,
Yes.
are they still facing the same direction?
No.
No. So did it keep or change? Change. Okay, direction is changed. So the orientation is changed. Now, the orientation of the vertices means the order of the what? Oh, yes, that's correct. The order of the letters. Order of the letters. So go back up at the top. If you go clockwise, it's CBA. If you go clockwise, is it still CBA?
Yes.
Is it still CBA?
Yeah.
Still CBA.
Yeah.
So did the order of the letters change or stay the same?
Stay the same.
Stay the same. So it's preserved. Okay? The order of the letters is the same. It's preserved. It's